Back sooner than we thought it would be. It's Texas Tech week here in Austin, and as some of you may know, and if you don't know, let me tell you, College Game Day will be coming down here to Austin for the game. So Texas versus Texas Tech, which was last season for ABC the #1 rated college football game for their programming. So Texas and Texas Tech really put on a show, and more than likely because of the upset, it really boosted the numbers. And once again, congrats Texas Tech. So this season they decided to do it again, you know, the rematch from last year. The game that stole that ruined Texas' season. I wouldn't say they stole anything because they beat us. And this video is really not about the game, the teams, and all that stuff. As you guys know, I'll do that later on in the week, probably Thursday or Friday, something like that. And I will be at game day, at least what I'm planning on, so I'll be there, you know, Friday night at 11 or something like that, camping out in the grounds where they set up. And it'll be a good time, and then we'll have the game at 7 o'clock at night. But this is to set it up this week, to set the tone and the mood for the week. And you Texas Tech guys who are making videos, and some of you haven't made one in a while, which is fine. I mean, y'all haven't played anybody. We hadn't played anybody. But this was the week if you want to come out and say something, do it now. I will say if you don't say anything on camera before the game and somehow you do win, I don't want to hear from you afterwards. But that's almost, there's probably no need to say that because it's happening anyways. And you're not going to win. What I want to talk about, because I've heard a lot of junk out of Lubbock lately. You know, all summer stuff, and a lot of it's granted. You guys beat us last year. Congratulations. I can't say it enough. You beat us. You beat us fair and square on your turf, and you rushed the field afterwards and whatnot. And I kind of want to talk about that, because after that win, it seems like that win has really gotten into Tech fans' heads. Now, some of y'all have given up. There are Tech fans I've talked to who say they're not going to win. There's no chance. They don't have the guys they had last year. It's in Austin. You guys don't win in Austin. You didn't win in Lubbock before last year against Texas. But there's some of you who are confident, which is fine. I'm cool with that. I think you should, if you're a fan of Texas Tech, believe you can win this game, and you should win this game if you believe that. But I want to set the perspective, though, for some of you Tech fans who keep sending me comments and text messages, and the guys I know who go to Tech. You're not on the level of UT. Don't kid yourself and keep acting like you own us. And there are some who are saying that Texas Tech owns Texas. Texas Tech owns Texas? You've beaten us once out of the last 8 years. You've only beaten us about 15, 16 times all time. Last season was great for you guys, and you guys sure acted like it was great for you guys. You sure didn't act like a top 5 program that you thought you were last season. Because let me put things in perspective for you here. And I didn't say much after the game last season because last season my video was very contrite, and it was. Very contrite, very respectful, as it should have been. And I didn't say anything about what happened after the game and how the fans reacted and whatnot because it was about the game. And the game was excellent, excellent football game. Everybody got their money's worth. I just wish we'd come out on top. But you Tech fans, you guys acted like y'all just won the Super Bowl. Like it was the biggest win in school history. And it probably was, which is fine. But let me put that in perspective for you. Because Tech fans, because you guys rushed the field 3 times that game. 3 times your fan base thought the game was over and rushed the field. Backing your team up almost to the goal line to kick it. And a possible chance for Texas to return it for a touchdown and win, which would have been sweet justice, but we didn't get the job done. The fan base afterwards, of course, y'all rushed the field, and which is what y'all do at Tech. But what I had my question for is why? Why Tech, if you keep talking about how great your program is, how much better you are than Texas, and how you guys feel like y'all should be on the same level? If you feel that way, and those of you who don't, then exclude yourself from this argument. Why, when you are ranked number 5 in the country and you win a great football game, you feel the need to jump out of the stands and run on the field like you've never won a game in your life, like you didn't expect to win the game? Because let me put this out there for some of you guys who've said that, oh, if that happened at Texas, y'all rush the field. Let me tell you what happens at Texas if that goes down. Let's say last year's game is in Austin, and Jordan Shipley pulls the Crabtree move that Crab did last year, gets in the end zone with 1 second left to win the game. the place would go nuts, the place would be exciting, and everyone would stay in the stands. One, we'd probably be pissed it was that close. But secondly, it would be a very sigh of relief, like, oh, thank God we didn't lose. Man, hope Pluggers isn't crowded. That's kind of how it happens at Texas. Because we have higher goals in mind rather than just beating one team in the regular season. Heck, our biggest rival, Oklahoma, we love beating them. And last season we did beat them. But guess what? We didn't get to go to the national championship. So really, what did we gain from that? Other than the fact that we say we beat y'all. Well, that doesn't help. We get a golden hat for that, but we want the crystal ball. And if Texas Tech had been in the Fiesta Bowl and won it, we'll talk about the bowl game a little bit, and won that Fiesta Bowl, I guarantee you guys would have some kind of banner or something up there for that, which, great achievement for you guys. We won that game last year. We've won 3 BCS bowl games now. You see no banners up there at our stadium for that stuff. We've got one of the greatest bowl winning percentages there is. All we have up there are conference championships and national championships. That's all that matters here. The bowl games are great for recruiting, and you want to end the year in the season on a high note. And Texas did that, unlike Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and Texas Tech, who all just crap their pants and pretty much embarrassed the entire Big 12 because of that. And Texas Tech, fans, you went into Norman and got your tails kicked. You went into Norman into a hornet's nest and got your tails kicked. And then after that, you went and almost got beat by Baylor, but as I said before, it was, Thanksgiving weekend, not people were there, and you just got your tails kicked by Oklahoma. But then you go to the Cotton Bowl, one of the biggest bowl games you've been to in a while, and lay a complete dud against Ole Miss. Get run out the gym, and of course, lose that game. Now, I said this beforehand, before all the, after all the BCS hoopla and whatnot, and all the controversy that was that, I said, if Texas loses this game to Ohio State, I'll shut up. I won't say a word because we got to play with the cards we're dealt. And if we can't beat Ohio State, we can't beat Florida. Texas did beat Ohio State. Oklahoma didn't beat Florida. Oklahoma State didn't beat Oregon. And Texas Tech sure as heck didn't beat Ole Miss. So Texas Tech fans, when you come down to Austin, I hope you have a good time. And I hope there's a lot of you here, and I'll tell you that. But I'll tell you something about our student section and how we do things at the University of Texas. At Lubbock, and I was there last year, if you are a Texas fan in the student section, the security guards will pull you out of there for having a burnt orange jersey on or a burnt orange shirt on. Now, it's not because you're not supposed to be there. That's part of it. But if you're there, if someone gets you a seat there, the security will pull you out, not because you're breaking any kind of rules, but for your safety. Because the Tech fans are ludicrous and insane. They will start throwing stuff at you, and if they start losing, you better watch out because here come the batteries. Now, at Texas, 2 years ago when we played Tech here at home, there were Tech fans in the student section. Friends of mine brought Tech fans that they knew, and we were sitting there talking to them in the game. Heck, they had the Vickham shirt on. A lot of Texas fans were giving them props for that, saying how funny that was. And during the game, they got a little crap, but it wasn't too big of a deal. We beat them, moved on. Congratulations, and moved on. You guys play us at your house, and it is... You guys beat us on our walk back to the truck from the stadium. You couldn't, as a Texas fan, you couldn't just walk down the street without people getting in your face and letting you know that you suck, your team sucks, and you suck for being there. Here in Austin, when we destroy you or when we beat you here in Austin this season, you're not going to get that. Now, there will be some trash talk and we'll yell at you and stuff, but it won't be in your face. We won't be grabbing your shirt and telling you to take it off and get your horns up as y'all did with us. So yeah, and I've got experience. I was in Lubbock last season for that little debacle. So Tech fans, enjoy last year. And you know what? I'll talk about this game earlier, and do I think it's going to be a blowout? I hope it will be, but you know what? Your team doesn't suck this year. They don't. They're pretty good. But this is more for the fan base to let you know how we do things here in Austin compared to what you guys do in Lubbock. We expect to win. We expect excellence, and beating Tech is just another step in the road. It does not make our season like it does the other way around for you. Hook 'em horns, Texas fight, and yes, if you can tell, I'm a little bit bitter from last year.